everyone, it's Inky Fingered Cat. I promised you the next video I'd do some crafting. I'm gonna lie, it's not crafting, but it's crafting stash and it's a whole video. Am I forgiven? I hope I'm forgiven. So let's see what I put. Okay, so it's a whole video from Stampin Up, and I've been a Stampin Up demonstrator now for nearly a year, maybe a year. I don't actually know when I joined up again. So I've done Stampin Up in the past, and then for various reasons let it sort of fall away. Sometimes it's you're not in that kind of style of crafting, but anyway, I came back to the fold a little while ago. I'm really loving using Stampin Up products again. Maybe it's just because things coordinate so easily and it doesn't take as much thought. In terms of, my brain's quite stressy at the moment, work's really busy, and obviously we're all at home, and yeah, so I've wanted sort of like simpler products to use, not having to put as much brain power into it, and not having to make such a mess. We all saw the big mess of my craft room, so we'll just gloss over that comment, but never mind. So that's something that I think Stampin' Up does really well, is that you can do really nice, really effective looking projects in no time at all, using reasonably small numbers of supplies, and because everything coordinates, it all goes together, it just all looks really professional and easy. So anyway, so I put in an order. Now this order includes some stuff that other people have ordered, so I am going to share. I'm sure that they won't mind, but I'm going to share what I bought, that I've got to package up and post out to them. So first of all, I'm going to do the ones that other people have bought, not me. Obviously I'm not going to open things because I can't, because they're not mine. But first thing that I bought is the Flowers for Every Season 6x6 DSP. And this is from my friend Bev. And there's actually, I think it's 48 sheets of 6x6. Can't remember off the top of my head. I should have had the catalogue nearby, but it's in a cupboard over there because I've tidied. I think you get 4 sheets of 12 designs, and they're double-sided or something along those sorts of lines. Anyway, I think it's really good value because of the number that you get within a pack. So that was something my friend Bev had ordered. She also ordered a packet of ribbons, which I can open but not open the actual trim, but it's called the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack, and it's like quite an open weave ribbon. I'm not entirely sure that that's focusing on that at all. Let's see. I haven't got anything nearby that's using these, but it's a really nice sort of quite an open weave ribbon, and it frays really nicely, as in you can sort of pull it apart a bit and get it so it looks quite vintagey. And then this is the gold twine, and I don't know if you can see there, it's a really nice thin twine, but it's super sparkly, it's super shiny. So I've used that pack on a card kit that I did with some friends. As I say, really nice set. So that's what I got for Bev. Now my friend Kathy really splurged and treated herself nicely. So she bought Jar of Flowers stamp set, which is a clear stamps. So you get 4 of the flower stamps, stems and a lid. Then you get the jar, a little cup, and then like a nice stripy chevron, not chevron, just a stripy line type thing. But you can see here you've got like a solid one here, here and here. And that's because they're designed to be like reversible stamps. So you can do the pattern side, the picture side. So if you look at the jar, you can do the side that's got the little reflection lines on it. But if you turn the stamp over, it will adhere to your stamping block, and then you can do a colour as the whole thing. So they're really quite clever stamps in the way that they've been done. But what I love about this set, so I own this set already, what I love about this set is the matching mason jar punch. It's fab. So fab. such good fun to use. Use it on loads of stuff. So that's what Kathy bought herself, which, do you know what, don't blame her, because I think it's fab, and it was one of the first things I bought from the annual catalogue as well. But, and she's also treated herself to the Celebrate Sunflower set, which I think is stunning. Look at that sunflower at the top, it's just fab. So I don't know how well you can pick that up on camera with all the reflections, probably can't. We'll get away with just opening it. There we go. So you can see it's a red rubber, thick red rubber stamp, beautifully, deeply etched, and then some lovely sentiments. Let's celebrate you. Thanks a bunch. Excuse me. Know that you are loved, and congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful. So I think that's really lovely. And then unfortunately I can't open this because that would be unfair. But the dies that go with this. So there's dies that cut out some of the main images, but there's also like a really fine, intricate looking die. If I'm clever in the editing, and we'll all know that I'm not really very clever at editing, but if I'm clever in the editing, what I'll do is I'll put in a picture now, just here, of what the dies look like, just so you know. But that is what Kathy got. So, nice treat going to Kathy. Right, what did I... Oh, there was one more thing I bought for other people. But to be fair, it's quite boring. There it is. So my friend Helen needed some new trimmer blades. So essential, not exciting. Okay, what did I buy? So I'm going to do the not as exciting things first. The things that aren't as fun. So I bought a stamp pad. I have loads of stamp pads, but my Real Red had run out and all my stamp pads are the old style. So I went for the new style rather than getting a re-inker and doing it. So Real Red stamp pad. Okay. I then bought loads of cardstock. So I bought the Subtles set. I haven't got scissors with me. I'm not going to open it and show you all the colours. Although that makes me a really bad Stampin' Up demonstrator, doesn't it? I'm a rubbish Stampin' Up demonstrator. I don't do very well at selling. Some of my friends order. That's about it. Mainly me buying stuff. Don't tell my husband. There we go. Into it. Oh, because I'm too lazy to get up and get my scissors that are on the other side of the room. Okay, so we've got... Oh, this is going to be a bit of a test now. Because I've been Stampin' Up demonstrators before, I know all the colours, but I don't know all the colours now because they've changed a few of them. No, I'm not even going to pretend I know. But beautiful colours. Nice. Ooh, can't get these apart. Butterfingers. But you know what, Catherine? You know, professionals would like splay it out so it looks pretty. There you go. That's the Subtles collection. I also bought the Regals collection in the cardstock. So why did I buy cardstock? Well, because Stampin' Up's great because they all coordinate, and I've really been enjoying putting down cardstock as the base. Not as the base of the actual card. I usually just buy card blanks for that, most of it, rather than more expensive paper card. But it's nice to have a background then, the base layer of whatever you're putting on the front of the card as being a nice colour of cardstock that goes with your pattern paper or with your stamping. So that's the Regals, which is sort of like more dual colours. That is beautiful. I don't know what that is. Some kind of green. That's what I'll tell you. So yeah, so that's the Regal cardstock, and then the other one that I bought that's a pack is the Brights, which I've bought a few times over, and I use a lot of Brights, or have been using a lot of bright coloured cards recently. Okay, I'm going to stop being lazy and go and get my scissors. Hang on. Genuinely, that's how hard it was to get them. Yep. Super lazy. It's been a day today. That's all I'm saying. It's been a day. It's been one of those days. It's not a bit fun. I said, no, that's wrong. Let's be grateful for things that have gone well. I had a really productive meeting this morning. Really positive contributions from other people that didn't land me with loads of work, so that was really positive. I had a nice catch up with a friend via a phone call at work. Yeah, there you go, that's the positive stuff. Let's just ignore the rest of the day. Until, of course, this arrived, and then all I really wanted to do was open it, and I couldn't because I had to keep working. So yeah, this is the Brights. I absolutely love this. And I'll probably do a little bit better at naming most of those, but I'm not going to embarrass myself and get them all wrong, so I'm not going to do that. Right, the other thing that I bought that's a little bit dull, but it is related to a project, is I also bought a whole pack of Real Red and a whole pack of Mossy Meadow. So this is related to a project that I'm doing with friends. Can we tell what kind of project we're doing? So that was just for my stash. Not the most interesting things to look at on a video, but there you go. The other thing that I suppose isn't that interesting to look at on a video is I also bought some gold embossing powder. I bought the silver on my last order, and I just love the Stampin' Up embossing powder. It's a nice fine powder, but it sticks really well to your Verspark, and yeah, really, really lovely finish. Right, this I bought just because I wanted it, not because I got a particular project in mind, but it's the Forever Gold Speciality Designer Series paper, and it's like really delicate laser cut gold or whisper white, so you could do the white side. Can you see that against the dark of the outside? Oh, there's the gold. So there's a few different designs in the set. There's a couple of sheets of that, and then there's a couple of sheets. I'm saying a couple, it might be 3 of each actually, where it's like this, and they're like toppers, whereas the other ones are sort of like more like a backgroundy thing, whereas these are more like a topper that comes out. But again, just stunning, and it goes with the Forever Greenery suite, which I love a lot. So I already have some of the paper, and I've got stamps, and I've got the dies. Now I've got the gold paper embellishments, which is just stunning. So that, there's no specific project in mind for that, but I just couldn't not have it. So there's that. Right, so there is a project I'm planning with friends, which I've already given you the hint, it's Christmas related. So I bought some gems, which are the wonderful gems. So they're like a real red, and they look actually a bit gold. They look like they've got like a gold sparkle in them, but they're clear but with a bit of gold sparkle. So they're really pretty. I bought the braided linen trim in real red. Let's see if I can get some of that off. So hopefully you can see some of that. I really don't know how to get this camera to focus properly. Never mind. It's like a really, really fine plait to the trim, and it's linen, so it's it's quite soft but strong. So I got that. I also got the crinkle seam binding on the edge of the plastic. That's it. Possibly not. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I love seam binding. I used to have the very vanilla that they used to sell, but that was a lot thicker than this. This is a lot finer. This is only, its width is 1/4 of an inch, 6.4 millimeters, whereas it used to be about a centimetre in its width. But I absolutely love using seam binding. I think it makes the prettiest bows. and like ribbons on tags and stuff. Then I bought Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper, which, funnily enough, the colours that go with it happen to be Real Red and Mossy Meadow. Funny how that works. So, love these papers. So you've got, let's do it sensibly. You've got this beautiful Real Red, a bit like a Moroccan tile. And then on the other side of that is this sort of dotty check. They're actually not dots, they're like tiny little diamonds. But again, I don't know if it's focusing very well on camera, sorry. Then we've got the greens. And I'm pretty sure it's Pear Pizzazz and Mossy Meadow is the darker one. So I've already got quite a lot of Pear Pizzazz, so I only bought Mossy Meadow. But yeah, so Mossy Meadow and Pear Pizzazz, this little like diamonds with dots. And then the other side of that one is the Real Red, and it's a stripe. Really pretty. Then we have this sort of like quite retro looking, funky diamond sort of checky thing. I suppose it's a stripe. And then we've just got plain old gingham. Same plain old. It's really, really nice, that gingham. Well, it's just made my eyes go funny. It's funny how sometimes the paper doesn't do that to me, and then sometimes it does a pattern just suddenly goes, woo. A little red dot, but in a cute pattern, again in the Real Red. And then this time we've got the diagonal stripes, a bit more like candy stripes, candy cane stripes, but with the greens and the reds. Then we've got the Mossy Meadow dots. I think you can just about, because of the, yeah, you can see, there you go, that's better. You can see the other colour through because of the light. But yeah, it's just a dot. And then the other side is the plaid. Or check or gingham. See, everyone says plaid these days, but I don't know if that's just an American thing. I don't know. Hey ho. Then we've got a bolder stripe than the diagonal one. And then, is it houndstooth? I think that's what we call it, houndstooth. That again is in the Mossy Meadow and the Pear Pizzazz colour. Really pretty papers. Okay, so I think that's down to the last element. So the last element to this project, I actually had a bit of a splurge for myself. I bought In the Pines stamp set, which I have a thing about tree stamps, and I sort of, a few years ago, if you look back on my blog, you'll see that I was like refusing to buy tree stamps. Don't do trees, because I've just got so many tree stamps. So I've not bought any for ages. I don't know if that's true. But I bought the In the Pines set. So it's a clear stamp set, which I love stamping with both clear and rubber. Tend to love rubber more when I'm doing mixed media type stuff. But for precision stamping, you can't beat a bit of clear. And I think the quality of the ones that Stampin' Up seem to be really good. They're not like the cheapy ones that you get on magazines. Which, don't get me wrong, I'd still buy. But yeah, really, really nice. So what I like about this stamp set is you've got like a more detailed image. And then you can quite easily add colour. Or you can put your colour down and then you add your detail on top, for example. So I really like the fact that you've got that two elements going on with the trees, and you've got them in a few different sizes. Stamps, sentiments wise, you've got Season's Greetings and Thinking of You. You've got a tiny dotty one. How many of these dotty stamps I've got, I have no idea, but that's perfect for snow, obviously, or stars. And then you've got a couple of little lines that you're going to use for your shadow underneath, or to add a horizon type thing. What I also bought, so I'm not really using those necessarily for the project I'm doing with my friends because they can't stamp along with me, so it's not something I can use, but I might stamp them out a few sentiments and stuff. but it comes with dies. And this is the reason I bought this set, is so you've got the dies that cut out those images from the stamp set, okay? So they clearly all go round those stamped images. But it's also got these more detailed dies, which are in themselves will create a beautiful like silhouette. Well, what I was actually thinking was mainly in white or maybe with green as well. But you can layer them, so you could cut this size in like a green, then put this in white over the top or a different shade of green. So you could do that for Mossy Meadow and that put that in Pepper's or something. And they go together perfectly. The same works with these. So what you get is this colour, the base colour will poke through those little holes. So you've got those two. But then you've also got this die set here, which is like, it creates an aperture type die. Does that make sense? Again, it pairs with this one. So you could do this and then cut the outline out. And then it creates an aperture type thing. Obviously I'm going to have to play with them to see, but they were the reason I bought them. It was only when I've had them delivered did I even notice we've got snowdrifts. Hadn't noticed those when I ordered them. Very happy. But there's additional dies here that I had no idea about. So what I was thinking for the card kits that I'm putting together for my friends is having die cut the focal elements type things out for them, then they can do it. That's the plan anyway. I have to design the kit cards first, which obviously means I'm going to get to go and do a bit of a play with all these products. So there you go, crafty haul. I hope you enjoyed that. It's exciting when you get new stuff, especially when you've had a bit of a rubbish day. It's like, oh, okay, I feel happy now. So I do, I feel much happier. I now have to package up the things that are going to my friends. So Kathy and Bev and Helen get to get their goodies. I have got another Stampin' Up order already in because I ordered it all and then they released the paper pumpkin kit called Joy to the World, which looks fab. So me and two other friends have also ordered it, so I might have put a few bits in that order too. Do you know what? Life is too short at the moment. I am trying to be good with money, but it's not really working. This last week it's definitely not worked. Never mind. So anyway, there's my little crafting haul. There'll be another crafting haul video when I get the paper pumpkin kit. Might just do just a paper pumpkin kit and then might do the crafting haul of all the other little bits I put in. Who knows? Right. I think that's it for me for tonight. New hair. I'll just say, I know it's not looking great because obviously I've tried not to wash it this morning because I had it done yesterday. But my lovely hairdresser Robin has done this cool thing which I can't see. That's the only problem with how cool it is. I can't see it. It's at the back of my head. So the back bottom layer is this lovely lilac colour, and then the pink on the top. And the pink looks a little bit paler in this light than it is. It's actually quite bright, quite vibrant. So yeah, so although it's not styled particularly well today, that's because A, I can't style it, and B, it hasn't been washed today because I tried to keep, when she's coloured it, I tried to keep it from washing it for about 2 or 3 days. Just to give it that longer time to just soak in. Especially because now the hair's not going to get done till January. A, lockdown. B, Christmas, and you know, I'm not that bothered. So yeah, so potentially it'll next get done in January. And then she's going on maternity leave, so I'm not getting it done until April. So this might be it until April if we're in lockdown at the beginning of January. This might be it till April. It's not good, is it? If this is it for the whole time. Can you imagine the roots? It's fine at the moment. Looks gorgeous at the moment. Well, right, I've waffled. I've rambled. Thank you for joining me for my little crafting haul video. I hope you enjoyed. Please do give me a thumbs up. Tell me if you've got any of the products and what you've made, especially with the In the Pines and the matching Pinewoods dies. And subscribe if you want to see my next video. I am really trying my hardest to do videos regularly. I am still in the position of working in the craft room, so it's still not going to be like, oh, a daily thing I can do. That's not going to happen. And just a little update on the whole tidy up. I did clear the bed. I promise I cleared the bed. I got to the point where there was only a few bits on the desk. It's now not quite so clear. Bed's okay. Things that are on the bed is the haul that I've just got. I had to get a basket of cards out. I've got some Christmas presents, so I'm not going to show you because there's Christmas presents on the bed. So the bed's not too bad, but in fact, let's see if I can just show you the desk. So that's work. That's boring workness. All there. That's boring workness. And then this is the pile of stuff that I then created on Sunday. I finished all the tidying up and then created a big old mess again. But nowhere near like it was. Nowhere near like it was. And obviously, I've yet to go through the bookcase and go through everything and have a clear out. And I've not yet sorted out the Stampin' Up stuff that is for sale, my old Stampin' Up stuff that's for sale. I've not sorted that out yet. So, but hey, progress. The bed, apart from the new stash, which obviously will get filtered away and sent to the right people, the bed has stayed relatively clear, and before the Stampin' Up order came, I could actually lie on half the bed this morning at lunchtime. I did actually put my head down on the pillows, so that shows that it must be clear. Okay, really have waffled. Bye bye, until next time.